welcome back, everyone. It's racewalk time. We've got another great week of results from the past week's 18 meets to work our way through. All races are 1,500 meters unless otherwise noted. The highlights, we've got 17 additions and updates to the national performance lists, including one U.S. #1 performance, and lots of awesome athletes to highlight today. But before we get into results, I wanted to wish a heartfelt congratulations to Coach Tom Menendez of Monmouth Academy in Maine on his retirement from coaching. Tom was instrumental in the racewalk careers of hundreds of athletes in his 40 years of coaching. This included many national champions, All-Americans, and Team USA members over that time. Thanks for changing all those lives in your time in the sport. Then moving on to the results, we'll start off on the 12th. Where we have the Section 1 Class AA and C championships. In the AA meet, Samantha Bender of North Rockland took the win in 8:00.90. And in the C championships, that was won by Sophie Tanios of Briarcliff in 8:26.67. Moving on to the Section 8 state qualifier. Samantha Benson Tyler of Port Washington won in 7:21.11. Followed by Rachel Lee of Jericho in 7:23.36, which is now the U.S. #10. Veronica Scherer of Massapequa was third in 7:27.56, which is the U.S. #14. Following them in what is probably the deepest field from Section 8 in over a decade, Julia Wang of Cold Spring Harbor was fourth in 7:42.45. Louisa Ludmar of North Shore, fifth in 7:46.08. And Carly Brophy of Massapequa rounded it out in 7:57.76. Our next action is on the 14th, which was another big heavy-duty race from the Section 11 state qualifier. The Sachem East girls did not disappoint, taking the top 4 spots in that meet. Abby Callanan was first in 7:11.93. Gianna Mari followed in 7:20.18. Danielle Chiarello in 7:23.25, and Juliana Watawa in 7:26.47, which puts her at U.S. #11. Following the Sachem East girls was Camila Garcia of West Babylon in 7:31.47, Eva Catania of Connecticut in 7:31.70, and Summer Familio of Comac in 7:31.72 for U.S. #18, and Olivia Jarena of Sayville in 7:34.60, which has her at U.S. #20. A shout out to Coach Alex Young of Sachem North for providing the race video highlights of this event.
Look up! You can't see! You can't catch! Come on! Go get it!
Next up is the Section 3 state qualifier, a meet that's used to select athletes to go to the New York State High School Public High School Athletic Association Championships, basically the meet that the tax dollars pay for. Once again, the coaches there did not allow any athlete to race walk. They don't even contest the event. So no one in that section gets to compete in the New York State Championships in the walk. For the people, the coaches who openly talk about how they do this job to create opportunity for young men and women, this behavior is simply wrong. There is no justification or defense for it in any way, shape, or form. It's embarrassing, and they should be embarrassed as coaches. Going ahead to the 16th, the North Shore Pre-National Invitational, which was contested at the mile, we've got Camilo Garcia of West Babylon in 7:58:43, winning that race. And that is now the U.S. number 3 time. And she was followed by Juliana Watawa of Sachem East in 8:18:87 for U.S. number 5. And then we get to the weekend where the action gets thick again. Lots of meets to go over. The PSAL City Championships, Veronica Konachova of the Bronx High School of Science won in 8:18:08. Next up is the Section 5 Class A4 and A5 champs. In the A4 meet, we have Natalie Schmilk of Williamson Central in 8:37:71. And in the A5 meet, we have Charlie Dickinson of Harley Allendale in 9:12:85. Both of these athletes winning their championships helped their teams win their meets as well, which is really nice to see. In the Section 5 Class A1 championships, Jessica Sweet of Rush Henrietta took that race in 7:57:62. And the 16 points that Rush Henrietta had in the race walk secured the team title for them. So congratulations to that team and their coach. At the Section 6 state qualifier, Taylor Nugent of Sweet Home won in 7:03:34, which is now the U.S. number 5, followed by Rachel Lawson of Lancaster in 7:17:54. Tiana Shelville of Iroquois was third in 7:49:86, and that's now the U.S. number 34. Moving on to the Section 7 state qualifier, just like Section 3, the coaches embarrass themselves professionally by not allowing athletes to race walk. They're not going to, cut this and make this sound any better than it is. It's an embarrassment to the sport that their tax dollars of these citizens are not allowing their kids to compete in the New York State Public High School Athletic Championships because coaches are just short-sighted. But let's move on back to the positive end of it. At the Section 9 state qualifier, Veronica Wolnicki of Monroe Woodbury took the win in 7:52:69. And we shoot down to Florida for the Victory Track Club Invitational, where they had a 3,000. And the 17-18 girls, Abby Cupo of the Victory Track Club in Lyman High School, won her division in 19:09:83. In the 15-16 boys, Bryce Hammond of the Victory Track Club and Sanford High School, he is now the U.S. number 1 at 3,000 in 15:44:99. So congrats to Bryce. And then in the 13-14 boys, Brian Harding of the Victory Track Club won that race in 18:59:63. What was also impressive that this was in a torrential downpour. I've seen some of the pictures of that race, and those kids were soaked. So great job. Moving back up to New York for the Section 4 Classic. For the boys race, you had Cyrus Schillenbach of Ithaca take that race in 7:26:36, and he's now the U.S. number 2 for the boys at 1,500. With him essentially stride for stride was, on the girls' side, was Madison Tuttle of Watkins Glen in 7:26:75, and that puts her at U.S. number 13. And thanks to Madison's mom, Joanna Tuttle, for this highlight clip that we've got for you. And wrapping up the weekend, we move to the 18th. We go to the USATF New England indoor champs, which was a mile. And a lot of kids from Maine came down to this race, which is great. I think they had like 16 different walkers across 2 different races. The girls in the mile was Rahel Delaney of the Maine Race Walkers in 8:38:17, and the boys were won by Phineas Scherer, also of the Maine Race Walkers, in 8:28:47. They had a 3,000-meter race there as well for the more advanced competitors, and that was taken by Maya Boyington of the Maine Race Walkers in 16:42:72, which now has her at the U.S. number 3. Coming back to New York, we have the Section 5 Class A3 champs, and Graceland Shout of Haverling won that race in 8:55:47. At the Section 5 Class A2 meet, Desi Dubois of Brockport won the race in 7:26:47, with Riley Carletta, her teammate, just behind in 7:56:74.
All right, we got my 2 race walkers here. Reintroduce yourselves.
I'm Riley Carletta. I'm a junior. I'm Desi Dubois. I'm a senior.
So she's finally getting out of here. She's been doing this thing forever. So let's talk about her. Tell me how she is as a teammate.
Oh, she's great. She really pushes me during like races and workouts and stuff. And it's honestly just a blast, like having to work with her and stuff.
So now you got 2nd place this year, but she'll be gone next year. So you're predicted to win.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing?
Keep
the legacy going. What do we have to do to keep it going?
Honestly, just continue my training and keep like pushing as hard as I can and not get in my head too much.
Now, it seems like I've been watching you since you were a 7th, 8th grader or something. Like, you're finally getting out of here, but senior year, you're the champion of A2. Just talk about how it feels getting that championship once again.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. It's my 5th time in a row, so this one really meant a lot to me. You know, going out my senior year, just trying to do it all, give it my all, you know, compete. And then, you know, we're trying to get the win today as like a whole group, so that would be awesome too. But I'm so thankful for everything, my coaches, working with her, like it's so fun.
To piggyback off that, how is it finally having somebody to push you in practice, to run, walk with you?
I love it. I mean, you gotta, like, you compete together, you complain together, you know, you gotta get through the hard workouts. It's always easier with another person, so I love it, yeah. Wouldn't trade it.
So what else will you be, because you're not just a race walker, what else will you be competing in today?
Well, okay, so I'm supposed to do the 4x8 and then potentially the 4x4 as well, so we'll see.
Back to back.
Game time decision.
How about you?
4x8.
Oh my God, you guys are walking and running more steps than I have already for the week. But congratulations, ladies, and good luck on the rest of the season.
And at the Section 1 state qualifier, we have Jennifer Oliveros Valerio of New Rochelle in 7:47:05, which now puts her at U.S. number 28, and Chloe Howard of Henrik Hudson in 7:47:51, which has her now at U.S. number 30. So following them was Samantha Bender of North Rockland, 7:54:42, U.S. number 36, and just a few steps behind was Julia Beckman of White Plains in 7:59:58 at U.S. number 37. And last but not least, we head back to the Midwest for the USATF Minnesota All-Comers meet, which was a 3,000. In the 15 to 16 girls, we have Samantha Christensen of the Minnesota Flyers in 26:17:14. And in the 17 to 18 girls, we have the returner Kira Ricard in 25:40:11. Another great week of racing. Congrats to everyone who did such a great job. And thanks to everyone who spends the time watching our videos and basically, seeing what's going out there. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much and enjoy the evening.